Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss a big question which you might be thinking. Should you study in the UK or in Canada? It is a huge decision that can change your life, and honestly, the internet is full of confusing and outdated information. So in this video, I'm going to do a detailed fact-based comparison for 2025. I'm not here to tell you which one is best. I'm just going to present the facts, what I have researched, experienced, and heard from other students. The final decision is yours. But first, whether you choose the UK or Canada, one thing is certain: you will need a safe, reliable, and affordable student accommodation. That's where Amber comes in. It is a trusted platform where you can compare verified student properties, check reviews, book online in just a few clicks, and even get flexible payments in your own currency. I've left the Amber link in the description, so make sure to check it out. Alright, let's get into it. We are going to compare the UK and Canada on tuition fees, cost of living, the post-study work visa, the job market, and the big one, the long-term path to permanent residency or PR. Now, this is a complex topic and everyone's situation is different. If you are feeling stuck and want to discuss your personal profile for studying in the UK in detail, you can book a one-on-one consultation call with me. I have left the link to my website in the description. So let's start with comparing average tuition fees. First up, the money. How much does it actually cost? For the United Kingdom, for a typical postgraduate master's degree, you can expect to pay anywhere from £18,000 to £32,000 for the total program. Courses like an MBA or medicine will be much higher. Now, for Canada, the average tuition for a master's degree is generally between 20,000 and 40,000 Canadian dollar. That is roughly 12,000 to 23,000 pounds. So on paper, Canada looks cheaper. But there is the key difference you must know. A UK's master degree is usually just 1 year long. A Canadian master's degree is almost always 2 years long. So if you do the math, the total tuition fee costs for your entire degree might actually be lower in the UK. Plus you get to graduate and start working a full year earlier. Now it's time to compare cost of living. This one has changed a lot recently. In the UK, to get your visa, you must show you have enough funds. This is £1,334 per month if you are studying in London, or £1,023 per month for anywhere outside London for up to 9 months. But let's be realistic, the actual cost, especially with rent, is often higher. Now, Canada used to be seen as the cheaper option, but this has changed significantly. As of 2024, to get a Canadian study permit, you must show you have a guaranteed investment certificate or GIC of 20,635 Canadian dollars. This is on top of your first year's tuition fees. This one GIC amount is more than £12,000. It is a good amount of money to show upfront, and it reflects the serious housing and cost of living crisis that Canada is facing. Moving on to the post-study work visa. Okay, you have graduated, what now? In the UK, we have the graduate route. It is a simple online application. You do not need a job offer, and it gives you 2 years or 3 years for PhDs to live and work in the UK at any job. This visa is unchanged and remains a great benefit. In Canada, they have the post-graduation work permit or PGWP. This is also great, but its length depends on your course. If your course was 2 years or longer, you can get a PGWP of up to 3 years. If your course was shorter, minimum 8 months, your permit might be shorter. To sum up the post-study work visa, both are excellent for initial post-study work. Canada's PGWP can offer 3 years versus the UK's 2, potentially giving more time, but the UK's graduate route is guaranteed and straightforward for all the master students. Next, let's talk about the post-study job market and the challenge of sponsorship in the UK. This is where the things get really different, especially with the recent changes in the UK. In the UK, you have 2 years of your graduate route visa to find a job. Employers are generally willing to hire you for this period as they do not need to sponsor you. The job market is strong, especially in fields like finance, law, tech, and healthcare. However, the big challenge is what happens after those 2 years. If you want to stay longer, you must find an employer to sponsor you for a skilled worker visa. As of April 2024, the general minimum salary for this visa has increased significantly to £38,700. Now there is a new entrant discount for recent graduates switching from the graduate role. You can be paid 70% of the general going rate for your specific job code, or a minimum of £30,960, whichever is higher. This means even with the discount, securing a sponsored job that meets these high salary requirements is a major hurdle, especially for entry-level positions outside of London or very high demand sectors. In Canada, the job market is also competitive. I have heard from many students that it is getting very saturated, and securing that first Canadian experience can be tough. However, if you find a job, your work experience on the PGWP is valuable for your long-term goals. So looking at the job market, both are competitive. The UK's graduate route makes getting your first job relatively straightforward for 2 years, but the path to a skilled worker visa afterwards has become much more difficult due to the significantly higher salary thresholds even for graduates. Canada's market can be saturated, but the work experience you gain leads into the PR pathway. Finally, let's discuss the big one, the road to the permanent residency and future UK changes. This is the most important section, and this is where the two countries diverge significantly. In the UK, the path to PR, which is called Indefinite Leave to Remain or ILR, is long and entirely separate from your studies. Your 2-year graduate route visa does not count towards your 5-year requirement for ILR. The clock only starts after you get a skilled worker visa, so you are looking at 2 years on the graduate route plus at least 5 years on a skilled worker visa, meaning 7+ years in total to get a PR, assuming you manage to secure that sponsorship and meet the salary requirements. Now here is something critical you need to know about the UK's future. The UK government has announced plans to increase the length of time migrants need to live in the UK before applying for indefinite leave to remain. For most immigration routes, this could go from 5 years to 10 years. This is not yet a law, but the chances are high it will be implemented. This would make your UK's path to PR even longer and more challenging, requiring continuous residence. Now Canada is the complete opposite. Their entire immigration system is designed to encourage international students to become permanent residents. Your work experience gained on your PGWP does count towards your PR application through various immigration programs like Express Entry or Provincial Nominee programs. Many international graduates can apply for PR within 2 to 3 years of working after graduation. To summarize the path of permanent residency, this is the clearest difference. If your main goal is long-term settlement and a passport, Canada offers a much clearer, faster, and more integrated path to permanent residency. The UK's path, while possible, is much longer and significantly more difficult, especially with the new skilled worker visa salary rules and a potential future increase to a 10-year ILR requirement. So what is the final decision? As I said, it depends entirely on your goals. You should strongly consider the UK if you prioritize a world-class prestigious education from the top university, or you want to finish your master's degree in just 1 year and potentially save on the total tuition costs. Your primary goal is to gain 2 years of invaluable international work experience and then maybe return home, move to another country, or take on the challenge of UK sponsorship. Whereas you should strongly consider Canada if your number one goal is permanent residency and long-term settlement with a more integrated immigration pathway. You are comfortable with 2 years master program and you are prepared for a potentially competitive job market for your first role. I hope this detailed and up-to-date breakdown helped you understand the real pros and cons of both the countries, especially with the recent UK changes and potential future developments. And this is just the beginning. In future videos, I will be comparing the UK with other popular study destinations like Australia, New Zealand, and various European countries, so you can choose the absolute best path for yourself. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss those comparisons. If you are still confused, especially about the UK side of things and how these new rules might affect your specific career path, Remember, you can book a one-on-one call with me to discuss your profile. The link is in the description box below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Till that time, take care. Bye bye guys.